Okay, like in a half minutes, I could be done. Okay. What's up, guys? This is Random Reviews. This is gonna be episode 6 of 7. I believe so. No, this is gonna be episode 6 of 6. Yeah, because we're almost done, really. So if you haven't watched the last 5, I think 6 or 5 videos. Yeah, this is part 6. So if you haven't seen the 5, this is just a continuation of my ranking of all my 80 movies I saw this year, from worst to best. So we left off at 24, which is a surprise, but you're not going to know until now. Let me turn this down. I don't want to get copyright again, because I already got that twice, and that was terrible. Okay. So number 24, we have Project Power with Jamie Foxx and Joseph Gordon-Levitt again. And this was a fantastic action movie, the best one this year I've seen. This was one of the best. It is just fantastic. Please watch this one. I give this one an 8 out of 10. Excuse me. Whoops, I don't want to put it down too low. That'd be fine. Number 4 would be fine. Okay. So, Project Power is a fantastic movie. Just watch it. And then number 23 on the list, I put Jingle Jangle. What is this called again? A Christmas Journey. Yes. This movie actually surprised me. It has a good cast of Forest Whitaker, Keegan-Michael Key, and that's about it. It's just like, it was a great Christmas movie. A great Christmas movie. Please check it out. It's also on Netflix. Most of these are Netflix original movies. To be honest, most of them are. Like 20%, like 30% of these are Netflix movies. And the other ones are miscellaneous. Yeah. Yeah, so Jingle Jangle is a great movie. I highly recommend it. Good musical. It's like The Greatest Showman, but except it takes place in the olden times. That's what I kind of like. I know I said I don't like watch musicals, but it's just like this was actually a good musical. The musical numbers were not annoying. Not one movie in particular, which I'm not going to do on this channel. I might, just for fun. Yes, 22. I put Blackpink, Light Up the Sky. For any blinks out there, I love Blackpink, for sure. Yeah, because there's Jeannie, Jisoo, Lisa, and Rose. Yeah, that one. I almost forgot her name for a second. Yes. It's like, I know I don't watch documentaries that much, but this is an actual good documentary. If you don't know anything about K-pop or Blackpink themselves, please check it out. It's also on Netflix, too. Don't worry, we're almost done with the Netflix movies for now. Yes, I put it at 22 because it's like, this was actually a good documentary. Because I didn't know much about Blackpink. I listened to their music. I didn't know anything about their personal lives, but it's like, this was actually a good documentary. 21! We're almost there. Oh, boy. Actually, we could squeeze all this into one video, yeah. So this is part 6, I believe, of 6. Yeah, I believe, okay. 21, which of course is Babysitter Killer Queen. The sequel to the 2017 Netflix movie Babysitter. The Babysitter, I'm sorry. Yes, this was actually a surprisingly good horror movie. The best I've seen because it goes all out and it's just cool. If you haven't seen the first one's actually surprisingly good. But it's like the second one, damn, that was good. And I was very disappointed, but not really, because I was like, when I saw they were making a sequel, and I was like, cool. And then when I heard Samara Weaving, who does the babysitter in the first one, I was like, she doesn't make a return. I was like, oh, man. And then surprise at the end that she does show up for a cameo. And don't worry, Samara Weaving's also on this channel, on this list again. We'll get to that eventually. We're almost into my top 10, I promise. 20 is The Lovebirds, another Netflix movie. Oh, boy. Yes, we just did like we did almost 6 Netflix movies. The Lovebirds, one of my favorites from this year. It's a great date movie, to be honest. I watched it with my mom because it's like, it's funny. This is one of the best comedies I've seen in recent years. Yes, because there hasn't been that many good comedies, but The Lovebirds is definitely the best one in my opinion this year. Wait, do I have another comedy? Oh, yes, I do. This is the second best comedy this year, to be honest. Yes. I highly recommend The Lovebirds if you want a date, if you have your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. It's like, watch this movie. The Lovebirds is great, another Netflix movie. But of course, it was stupid Corona. It was supposed to come out in theaters, but of course, it came out on its release date anyway. On Netflix. Of course, number 19 on my list. I don't know why I put it on number 19. I might switch some places up. Is Doolittle. I know how much you guys hate this movie, but I actually enjoyed it. It was actually a decent kids movie. It was funny. It's great. It's smart. Even though that Robbie Downey Jr. pulls a bagpipe out of a dragon's butt, but it's just like, still, that's what makes it funny. It was pretty strange, especially for a kids movie, though, but it's like, it was worth the ride. Hello. Oh, never mind, they're in swimsuits. Okay. So anyway, number 18 is Scoob, one of the best animated movies that came out this year. Because it's like, if you like Hanna-Barbera cartoons as much as I do, you would love this, because it makes a cameo from Dick Dastardly from Wacky Races, Dynamite, and what's that one? Blue Falcon, that's it. So yeah. So I'll cover all the movies I've seen this year and the future. So it's gonna take some time. Number 17, I have Miraculous World. You already know how much I love that movie, so I'm probably not going to say too much about it. Please check out my review of that. Phineas and Ferb, Candace Against the Universe. This was another great movie. Okay, now we're getting into depressing stuff almost. Because this movie is pretty depressing. I just realized on the poster it looks weird. Whatever. But Phineas and Ferb, Candace Against the Universe is a fantastic movie. If you love Phineas and Ferb as much as I do, you would love this movie. That's why I put it such higher on the list. Number 15, The Way Back, with Ben Affleck. This movie was fantastic. One of the greatest dramas I've seen this year. Well, was there in the top 10, I promise. The Way Back, I would give this an 8. I'll give this an 8.5 out of 10. This movie is so good. Just watch it. One of Ben Affleck's best movies ever. Better than what he did in Batman vs. Superman, that's for sure. Next up, we have a movie that I watched, I think, 2 weeks ago. I think I watched it recently. Which is Run. This was a surprisingly good movie. Because when I heard about it, I was like, it can't be that good. And then when I heard about it, I was like, wow. It surprised me for sure. Yeah, it surprised me for sure. It actually really did honestly surprise me for sure. Yep. Just check it out. It is good. I can't describe how good this is. Number 13, which is another Disney movie. Almost there. I think I have another... No, I don't. I have 2 more Disney movies and that's about it. Number 13 is The Secret Society of the Second Born Royals. This movie blew me away. Because when I heard that title, I was like, oh boy, what a complex name. I saw ads for it when it was around, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll give it a watch later. And when they stopped showing ads for it, I totally forgot about it, to be honest, and I was like, it was like towards the end of Thanksgiving, I was like, what movies have I not seen yet? And I was like, okay. I remember that movie. And then I was like, oh yeah, I have Disney Plus. And I was like, yeah, I can watch it. It is really good for Disney Plus movie. I would have seen this in theaters. Because it is real good. It's like The Breakfast Club meets X-Men First Class. Yes. Where they discover they have powers, just like We Could Be Heroes. But this movie did it better. Not like We Could Be Heroes, which was the longest hour and 40 minutes ever. And did I tell you that We Can Be Heroes is a sequel to Sharkboy and Lava Girl that nobody wanted, but here we are anyway. 12. One of my favorite movies of this year. Color Outer Space. This movie just blew me away of how good horror could be. It's one of the best horror movies I've ever seen, period. It's so good, even from Nicolas Cage and Tommy Chong. That's all you need to know. Just go into this movie completely blind and you'll be blown away as much as I did. Number 11 is The Platform. We're almost in the top 10, guys. We're almost there. The Platform. This movie was surprisingly good, especially for a Spanish horror film on Netflix. Yes, this is a good one. If you like Snowpiercer, which I didn't, this movie's better than Snowpiercer garbage. Because it's the same thing as Snowpiercer, because Snowpiercer takes place on a train. But except this time it takes place in the post-apocalyptic, well, not post-apocalyptic, but it takes place in the future, where it's just on its side like this. where it's on its site like this, kind of. It's just really good. Just check out the platform. It's also on Netflix. Alright, another one that I got a chance to watch is, of course, number 10 is Bill and Ted 3 Face the Music. This was a good sequel that nobody wanted, but whatever. Actually, I guess some people did want Bill and Ted 3. Like, when this movie was announced, I'd never seen any of them. It actually looked funny. Don't worry, I'll review all three Bill and Ted movies eventually. Maybe when they announce 4, maybe I'll review those. Yeah. Bill and Ted Face the Music was actually pretty damn amazing. Because like I said before, when this movie was announced, I was like, great, what am I going to do? And then I saw it was going to be on Sci-Fi Channel. I was like, yes, I have to watch them. So I watched both of them in one sitting. And they were pretty good movies, I gotta say. Even though it's been since like almost 30 years, no. It's been at least almost 30 years. I think 1991 since the second Bill and Ted movie came out. It was like, whoa. It was actually surprisingly good. Number 9 is an animated movie. Shaun the Sheep Farmageddon. This movie is so good, even though it's barely any dialogue in it, but it's just like, I love Aardman Studios, or whoever's in charge of Shaun the Sheep the movies. I love stop motion animation. That's like one of my favorite types of animation. 3D animations looks good too, but stop motion, or just claymation in general, because it's like, with other animated movies, it's like, okay, they did their job, but it's just like, but with stop motion or just like claymation, it's like, wow, they put so much time and effort into this. It's like I wish more people can appreciate these movies more. Wow, it's already 3:30. How did that happen? Whew, yeah. I just wish more people can appreciate stop motion and claymation movies like Aardman Studios, Laika Studios. It's like, they're so damn good. It's like Missing Link, one of my favorite movies from last year. That Missing Link, one of the best movies I've seen. One of the best animated movies I've seen. It did not make any money. It's like, what are people smoking these days? Or what are people watching these days? Number 8 on my list is, of course, Borat. Subsequent... What is this called again? Subsequent movie film. Which I loved Borat 2. Yeah. I honestly loved Borat 2. Because when the movie was announced, I never seen the first one, so it's like, Amazon Prime has it for free, so I was like, might as well watch it. And I was like, I watched it the day of when it came out. Not Borat 1, but Borat 2. Which I'm going to call it that from now on because it's like, yeah. Borat 2 is so goddamn funny. The best comedy I've seen this year. In ever, to be, well, not ever, but just like one of the best comedies I've seen in recent years because comedy sucks these days. But Borat 2 saved it. Because this movie is just so goddamn funny. I was laughing my ass off at Borat 2 of how funny it is. Even one of the best parts of the movie, spoiler, is that when he goes to go see the Vice President of the United States, I believe, that he dresses up as a KKK member, goes in there, and then he dresses up as Donald Trump. I was like, oh boy. I was like, wow, this movie's hella funny. Number 7, I have Bad Hair. This is one of the best horror movies I've ever seen, period. Because it's something original, something new, and something fantastic. And mostly another movie with mostly black people. It's like, I really enjoyed Bad Hair. Yeah, I really enjoyed Bad Hair. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. It is one of the best. Number 6 is Just Mercy. I love this movie a lot. It's one of the best dramas I've seen this year. Well, technically it had a release last year, but I didn't see it until Martin Luther King Jr. weekend before Corona happened. So, technically I'm counting it on the list. Excuse me, because technically it came out last year, but I finally watched it this year. Yes, please check it out. It was fantastic. Okay, we're running a little low. Okay, I'm going to do these last 5 pretty quickly. Number 5 is Soul. Because Soul is so goddamn good. One of the best Disney movies I've seen, period. And one of the better looking animated movies to come out this year, to be honest. It's like, why can't we get more styles like that? Yeah. It's like, why can't we get more styles of movies like that? It's like I said before, Disney always does a good job with their movies. With their animated movies and their live action movies. But it's just like, sometimes it's like I said earlier, like one of the parts, I forgot which one, when I was talking about Bubbleheads the movie, I forgot which one that was. I think it was either part 4 or 5. When I was like, most cartoons these days look terrible, but some of them are actually good. Like a cartoon I'm currently watching right now, which of course is The Owl House, which was also released by Disney. It looked terrible. No, it doesn't. But it's just like, it looks like a cartoon from like 5 years ago, but the story is really damn good. But it's just like, yeah, like I said before, it's like I wish that more animated movies can be like Aardman Studios or Leica Studios with stop motion animation, or look like from movies from other countries like Nisha, or Lupin the Third, the First, which is another movie that came out this year, which I want to watch. Number 4, I have Onward. This movie's pretty good. Because this is my 4th favorite movie this year, because it's like, it was the only good one at the beginning. I might change my list later. When I finish watching Murder, Death, Koreatown. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. So please check out my list in the description below. You can agree with me, you cannot, I don't care. It's just my ranking. It's just my opinion. If you don't like it, I'm fine with that. Number 3, I have Guns Akimbo. One of my all-time favorite movies ever, to be honest. Because it's something original, it's something new. It's great, and it has Daniel Radcliffe and Samara Weaving again. So that's 3 Samara Weaving movies that I watched this year, technically, because she was Bill's daughter. No. Yeah, she was Bill's daughter in Bill and Ted Face the Music. I was double checking on that. Yeah. Oh yeah, Guns Akimbo. This was a fantastic movie. Just go into it completely blind and you won't know anything about it. Like I did. Number 2, you already know, Sonic the Hedgehog the movie. Because it was the only other good one, to be honest. Because Sonic the Hedgehog is really good, based off a video game that nobody wanted, but it looked... Yeah, when the first design of Sonic, I thought it looked decent, and then people hated it. I was like, okay. And then, of course, number 1 for me is the new SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run. Because it's like, this was a fantastic movie, to be honest. Check out my review of Sonic the Hedgehog in this. But it's just like, yeah. So far, let's see, hold on. I want to make sure. Just Mercy came out last year, technically. So did Guns Akimbo, so did The Platform, so did Color Out of Space. Come to Daddy. So did Sound of Metal for some reason. So did A Portrait of a Lady on Fire, 7,500. The Lodge, Vibranium, and The Gentleman. So yeah. So that's my list. I might change it later. But yeah, that's my list of all 80 movies that I saw this year, which I'm surprised I've seen 80 this year. I mean, I've seen more than 80, but it's just like, but the movies that came out this year. Yeah, that's my last video for this year. Because it's New Year's Eve. Yeah, so I'll do a quick, maybe I'll do another random reviews later today, maybe. I don't know. It depends how I feel. So yeah, see you guys later. Bye.